Good morning, good morning, good morning to the beautiful people out there. Lisa Ann, God bless. Man, you know what I can't believe though is how this walk down memory lane Monday. I was going to talk about how most of the people on here in YouTube and in life in general have sent a lot of things, done a lot of different things, and people would never be friends with friends, then be friends with friends, and to just show you that life is just unpredictable. But then you got this. This comes, and I had to cover it because I feel that, you know, this guy who is now parting his son. I mean, would I do it? Probably so. But let me just remember what this guy said. Let's take a walk down memory lane because there's two different types of justice. Like me, I caught a case and became a convicted felon the first time. I took the heat, and I'm actually trying to get my record, 30 years later. But people like this in power, like this is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. Barbie, what's up? Doesn't matter what your party affiliation is. There's two different sets of rules. If you're rich and powerful, boom, this is what you get. But this is what he said back then. Let's see if you can remember. Hold on.
But there are no kings in America. Each
They were
of
talking
us
about
is
Trump.
equal before the law.
First off, I have to give my clout to who is this? I don't even know.
Why you? Do you know the fuck?
But anyway, thank you for this content. It's not mine, but check this out.
No one is above the law, not even the President of the United States.
Well, he did that because now Trump has a new FBI guy. And not only that, I mean, when you look at this, you have to say to yourself, no, like look at these. There's text. I don't know if you guys can see it over here, but on the side of this, look at this. No one is above the law, including Donald Trump, the most humble and the most caring American president at any point in time. We are the Scrantonians, Americans who love to see the right president in the Oval Office. We love you, and similarly, please, whatever. The thing is, though, that's not what's true, though, Joe Biden. I mean, you say one thing and do another. Most like these content creators on here, they hate each other, then they stop, and then this one's a racist, this one's not, this one's no good. Man, it's funny what brings people to forget. But let's keep going.
Today's Supreme Court decision on presidential immunity, that fundamentally changed for all practical purposes.
Now,
today's decision
remember,
almost certainly
this was July 2nd, 2024.
means that there are virtually no limits on what a president can do.
See, my problem is he's telling on himself. And let's give a shout out to my Eagles, man. Shout out to my friend Jackie hooked me up with this. Look, matching. Man, I mean, it's just this is a badass hoodie. The Eagles are doing great, man. They look like they might do something. Bliss. You want me to drop you the link so you can come up for a second, or you want to save it for another time? Hey, I love Baltimore, though. I used to go there every summer, man. I'm telling you, I used to stay at the Brookshire. Bliss knows what I'm talking about. Hello, bankrupt accountant. No. I'm not mad. Listen, Barbie, I'm not mad. I think you should pardon his son. I'm not mad at that. I think you should. Why wouldn't you? Listen, the thing all I'm saying is why this is what they divide us and make us all talk shit against each other, and then this is what they do. Yeah. What'd she say? Also, F Justin. Hold on, Bliss. Bliss, you're nuts. I love these girls. They speak their mind, man. They don't really care. And you guys know already, we had a nice little update. I'll be going crazy this week. 1,700 we're at. These kids are going to have a good Christmas. 1,700. Black Friday. I thought Black Friday already went. But no, I mean, like, to me, it's just Bliss, I was just joking. You didn't have to come up, but thank you for honoring your part of the bet.
Nope, I stand on what I say. Unlike Biden, Eagles are the best.
The thing is, though, Bliss, I really think that I would pardon my son too. I'm not saying it's. I mean, when your political is over, he has no more power. He's done. He's going to go into hiding. I mean, he'll open a library somewhere else and make money with donations for speaking. But I don't think that that people should be so upset because, to be honest, with that being said, though, I think that a lot of those January 6 people, there was a lot of people that were pulled in by the FBI. I read that whole report. People who talk like that and say these people are a threat to democracy, read the whole report. What happened? There was FBI agents bringing them in. It didn't go the way they make it sound, but I think he did a good job, man. I mean, maybe it's not looked that way, but I think I would have done the same thing. I mean, for real.
Listen, I get it, especially from like a parent standpoint. Like, I don't disagree with you, but my whole thing is don't lie. He has said up
Well,
until this point that he would not pardon him. And then when it came down to it, he pardoned him. I read an article, it has always been on the table that he would maybe pardon him. Well, then don't go live. Don't have your press secretary live telling people no.
it's
It's
funny
that
too because
simple.
that chick, St. John Paul Pierre, whatever her
I
name is,
can't
would say,
stand her.
stop asking, stop saying. And the thing I want to just prove to everybody, it's good that you said that because remember, he was a threat to democracy. He was this, he was that. No one's above the law. And that's what they're going to take from this guy. Not only did they strip him from his chance of running, Kamala had no chance. Even her campaign manager came out and said, we've never seen her ahead. They had the media, everybody in their back pocket. But Americans didn't want that. They want a safe border. Now they just stopped two caravans coming from Mexico. They just stopped that. I don't know if you've seen that. But check this out real quick, right? Because I saw this today. I think this is Fox News. I mean, before he said this is Fox News, obviously, but Bliss, he did 10 years going back, man. So the only thing I'm concerned about that is I heard there was the child pornography on that computer. Now we're never going to know nothing unless they find a way to investigate him or his uncle or whoever. But
No, we'll never know. They tried to keep the contents of that laptop a secret for so long. We'll never know.
that's what I'm saying, Hardwire. I didn't understand that. Like, if you want to pardon for one thing, that's your son. But now you're going back 10 years. So it just shows everybody what's really was on their mind, man. It was never about democracy. It was never about the law. It was never about everything they say is a freaking lie, man. And I'm saying on both sides, I believe. But the thing is, anybody who doesn't like Trump and thinks that, oh, whatever, this guy's done more as presidential elect than this guy has done. I mean, he's already won 2 trade wars. He's already stopped two caravans coming here. He's saying that he's going to build the biggest defense shield that we ever had in this country, which he did with the military. All I'm saying is that the people voted for that. Why can't we all get behind it? Like, the people have spoken, not these friggin' so-called journalists on MSDNC and Clinton News Network. I mean, now she wants to run for president again. What do you think of that?
Who? Kamala? Oh no, I lost you. You still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, I can now. Who wants to run again?
Hillary's running.
Oh, she.
See, this is a good one, though. And look, let me just put a disclaimer because I think Bliss will agree with me. It's not that I don't think people should get away with stuff. It's not even my view on ratting. It's 2 totally different things. If you're in the street, you're in a gang, you're in the mafia, whatever, biker club, and you go down with the shit. That's just the way I was taught. It's the way I believe. That's why I'm not involved in that shit, so I don't have to worry about it. But you're talking about like this blanket 10 years of everything this guy's done, and I'm worried about the youth that's on that computer. But why would we think he's going to do anything with kids when there's 500,000 of them missing at the border? They have no clue where they're at. Did you see the one with the 2-year-old girl who was like talking to the camera? She had the thing. It was like, I have to go meet my mother and father. She's 2 years old by herself. She had nobody accompanying her, man. It's like the journey these women take. I just think it's effed up all around. And I really think Trump's going to bring sanity back. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like him, but the people voted for it. They voted for him unequivocally. Like you see Chicago, all these say, oh, we're not going to give in. Well, if you don't give in, that's against the law. You're harboring fugitives. Plus, we have all these other people. But Bliss, what they're not talking about on day one, what he's doing is he said massive deportation, which Obama deported over 5 million, the most in history. But he said with that, nobody's talking about this. He also said that citizenship, day one, too, legal citizenship. You come here with the right reasoning, for you come for a better life, not just because you're like people from Venezuela. We're fleeing prosecution. 80% of the crime went down because they let out the jails and all that. So I don't know, Bliss. We could go around and around, but I think this president's going to do a good job. I love him. I've been riding with him since 15. I lost a lot of friends over it. I never was this public just because I wanted to respect everybody. But once I started really getting disrespected, calling a racist, like I experienced that. So now I'm like, you know what? Screw it.
Same. My whole thing is the hypocrisy. Like for one, he said that he would not pardon his son. Okay. Now he's pardoning him and saying he's pardoning him because of the political attacks that he thinks that he's being attacked because of his last name. No, he's being convicted and charged because he committed a crime. It doesn't take away from what he did. I'm a 2-time felon. I don't just get to go, oh, I was not in a good place then. I was on drugs, so it doesn't count. Like someone said this morning that the punishment doesn't fit the crime. Well, that's not what our laws say. Our laws say that he committed a crime and he should be found liable for that crime. I have to do my shit.
He should have to do what we have to do. I caught my case in 95. I didn't rat. I did 4 years probation and parole, and that summer in jail. 20 months on parole, probation, 2 years on probation. Now, 30 years later, I'm having a chance to go in front of the board and maybe reconsider a nonviolent felony. That, this is 30 years. Why can't he go through that like the rest of us? I mean, look, it's just another case of it's not about what they say, it's who you are, man. They're part of that group that no matter what, and the thing is, he knew that Kash Patel, the FBI guy, was going to get to the bottom of a lot of shit. Because remember, they covered up that laptop.
Yep.
That really bothers me. How, as a man, as a president, you're supposed to be for the people and kids and everybody, but yet, as every president should, but yet you're letting this go. We're never going to find out what happened unless, the Republicans in there can find something, a way to, to do something to them. But I think they'll have so many more people on board this time if they choose to try to go after him or his brother because of I had a lot of friends with them bikers, man. My friends free to 73, a lot of my friends, man, a lot of them went up to fight another club and they got locked up as soon as they were there. And I was there when them guys wrote their wills out on napkins. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Them guys should all be pardoned too, because that was a setup. But, if you look at history, Bliss, these guys really, it's weird how Trump goes in, they weaponize the Justice Department, they go after him, they do everything, flip his kids upside down. His son, Don, had more subpoenas than, I think just a regular courthouse in a community of probably like 2 million. Like, that's how many that he had. What I'm saying is, if it's okay for them to go after Trump and do everything they did, and now he just gets a swipe of a pen, his son doesn't have the experience that, you're going to show that it's definitely more than nepotism. And I think his own party, this is going to be a falling out for a long time, but Hunter's pardon, what can you do? I mean, I don't know what acts they can take after this. Maybe go after the money, but he doesn't know what he said.
I mean, that's the thing. It's funny that they, look at Trump. He's a 34 charges and they're going to say that wasn't like weaponized and he was politically attacked to try to be taken down. But now Hunter is being politically attacked. They changed laws to be able to charge Trump. That's insanity. I'm going to read this. I really like this subscriber. I don't know if they come in your chat. Their name's Skippy, and they always give a good take because they're kind of unbiased. They said, because I made a post this morning about this on my page, they said, both sides are using you. Both sides are screwing you. both sides are the exact same people. They win when we pick a side on their behalf. In my opinion, which I only state because you made this post, everyone on both sides should have their outrage for the injustices that are inflicted on the people of this world every single day, not to mention every other life form. I wouldn't shed a tear for any of these privileged little twits on either side. It's called divide and conquer, and it works like a charm. And I agree. I do think personally, like, they're all out for themselves. I get that. But I don't believe that about Trump. This man is a freaking millionaire. He should be retired on his yacht, living the rest of his days. He
Yup.
doesn't have to do this.
And the thing is, let me just tell you, because I happen to know foreigners who have family that worked for, who worked for Trump and said that this guy is the same guy. He's just a guy that, look, he don't care if you're man, woman, black, white, green, or orange. If you're ignorant, you're an asshole. And, if you claim, if you're not a fighter and if you're not a guy who is successful, but you victimize other people, like, that's the kind of guy he is. He just doesn't like excuses. He never drank, never smoked. He lost his brother to addiction. I mean, they can say whatever they want, but remember, he was a Democrat his whole life. He knows this party. That's one of the reasons why he won, because he knew all the ins and outs. He's been there. And remember, when he was a Democrat, just go back and look at The View. How when he first was running and he came
they loved him. Whoopi loved him.
You know why? Because they thought that Trump was going to be the guy to weaponize the Justice Department to go after his political adversaries and his friends. And he didn't do that. Now, what I think he should do, I think he should pardon all the January 16th people. And anybody that has a problem with that and says, Code, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, then I say, what about that year we watched police stations in cities be burned down? Where'd Black Lives Matter go? Where are they at? Who owns Black Lives Matter? 4 LGBTQ women. They're white women. They're not even African American, man. They were, you see all the money that they were like buying houses and properties, and that was a big scam too.
Oh, it's crazy. That Candace Owens documentary.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
No, I heard though. It's awesome. My sister was telling me about it.
Oh my God, you got to watch that. Like, she breaks down like all the monies and all, it's insanity that people can just ignore that. And yeah, why is it okay to burn down buildings and ruin people's livelihoods, businesses, but nothing comes of them, but people walking into a public building escorted by Capitol Police are like the devils?
Not only that, the feds were telling them, come over here, come in this door. It was a setup.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the total setup. Yeah.
And the thing is like, what did they all get charged for? Did any one of them get charged with insurrection? I don't think that they did. I think they got like, whatever, anything in public that you can get charged with. But I mean, if you want to stand up and feel like you need to do what's right, you don't accept an election that I know from Philadelphia. Weeks after the election, there was trucks, postal trucks. They found one with like over a couple 100,000 ballots, man. Like, don't tell us that shit didn't go on, because it did. But
well, what about all the boxes of weapons that were dropped off on the streets of New York? And I know someone that has personally seen that. So people can call it a conspiracy. Actually, another creator on this platform, BX Beast Boy, he lived in New York at the time, and he was trying to make it to his job, and the streets were on fire. There were people carjacking right in front of him. So he's like telling his boss, like, he takes public transportation like everyone else in New York City. He's like, listen, like, I am risking my life trying to walk into work. And his boss said, well, if you don't come in, you're fired. And then his mom called him and was like, get your ass home. Fuck that job. Like, it's not worth you risking your life.
No, that's crazy.
Where did any of those people get charged?
No, they didn't. And it's crazy. That one kid that they tried to kill, they pulled a gun. Remember that kid, the young kid, he shot his rifle off and he killed that guy that tried to kill him. They were worried about the guy who pulled the gun first. Oh, he was a black man. He pulled a gun, man, whatever he was. What does that mean, black or white? He pulled a gun. He started that shit and he got killed. And how about the other kid? Remember the kid that was out front of the Capitol remember the Indian guy was beating the drum and said he didn't do nothing, but he was smiling. He didn't disrespect them. He won a lot of money, that kid, for that case. I mean,
Yep.
but now, just so hardware, I don't know if you're still here, but I have been researching. I've been reading this over here as I'm talking. And yeah, there is stuff they can do. Looks like Biden's going to have to pardon his whole family because from what I'm reading, all his family is still liable. The rest of his family. Actually, even Biden can be pulled in. His presidential immunity, I'm sure they'll run that to the ground, but still his brother was the one. His brother never did construction in his life. He was getting billion-dollar contracts in Iraq. Where's his where's his credibility, man? What did he do? Like, I don't even think he did construction his whole life. But that's what it's about. Like, Trump made it back to the people, man. See, because people know no matter what these people say, these left-wing loony liberals, and I don't disrespect unless they start coming at me. But remember this. They say about money. Trump's got all the money in the world. He never took one check. One check. He donated every one to a different charity. So to me, it's like, does his business make out? His real estate? Maybe, but that was going to come regardless. To see a guy fight for this country, take a bullet, be resistant, and still fight and be here, that's what every kid should look as the American dream, man. You don't have to like Trump, but the way he goes about his life, man, not giving up and fighting, knowing that he could still be killed at any time right now. And I can't say that on here, but whatever, it's the truth. I think that they should really understand that, this election wasn't about right or left. This was about the people, and the people voted. And I don't think the resistance is going to go good. Lance, what's up, man? Your Steelers, man. What happened to them? They look pretty good.
They did look good, Lance. Congrats to both of you guys.
I don't know what's up with the Eagles because, Bliss, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I feel like that, everybody said they're so great. They're so great. I think they're a good team. I don't think that they're that. I think that they get lucky a lot, to be honest, because every game I watch, I have to worry, oh, man, here we go. Like, I'm watching the first half, and I'm like, what the hell? But the Ravens, man, I think they're still a good team, man. I'd rather lose a game like that than lose, down the line. But they were talking about maybe a Super Bowl. They were talking about the Ravens and the Eagles, maybe a matchup, but I don't know.
I could see it. I just want to say the comment I read earlier from the subscriber Skippy, I really enjoy their take because they're just no bullshit. And I think when they view posts like mine, they maybe think that like, oh, she's fallen for the right wing. I'm nothing. First of all, I don't label myself. And I kind of feel like Trump's the same way. I mean, just think about it. There's a reason why both sides did not want him as president. Because he puts like a rip in both of their agendas because I believe, and people don't have to believe it, I truly believe that he is for the people.
He is. And not only that, for all the Democrats that keep talking like Ellen left, why? She didn't leave because of Trump. She left because of the Diddy list. That's the reason why she left. All this Diddy shit's going to come out. Beyonce. Here's the funny thing. Kamala couldn't even, everybody that she's seen, Oprah, Beyonce, she paid them all. Yeah. Look, that stuff doesn't work anymore. The thing with Trump is, I'm telling you, man, Philly, New York, even Baltimore, like, we're fighters at first, man. What do you want, baby? Come on. Want to say hi to Bliss real quick? Say hi, Bliss. Say hi, everybody.
Hi. Hi, beautiful.
Say Santa's
Did you have a
coming.
good Thanksgiving?
Did you have a good Thanksgiving? Do you love your
Hey, guess what?
Look.
Guess what? Guess what came to my house today?
What?
Our elf on the shelf. His name's Buddy.
Did your elf come?
Yeah.
What's your elf's name? What? Well, I can't hear that. What's his name? Who?
The elf name is
Elf? No, it's not. All right, come on, go ahead.
Did she say Augustus?
His name's
her elf's name.
Yeah, okay. What's your elf's name? Princess?
No.
What's his name? Elfie? Yeah. Okay, I don't even think she knows. But yeah, he came too. I just think that Kyle Rittenhouse, there you go. What's up, JJ?
Yeah, he kind of pissed me off right before Trump was voted in. Because actually, before RFJ fell out, well, he got his name taken off of a few states, but Kyle Rittenhouse was putting Trump down and saying that he was voting for RFK Jr. even after RFK Jr. was like, no, please vote for Trump. I
And
didn't get it. And
but
people
see,
can vote for who you want to vote for. That's the right as an American, but I just see it as a wasted vote.
but here's the
That's just my
thing.
personal opinion.
Here's the thing to all you people who hate Trump and try to lecture us. Let me tell you something. Who did Trump meet with last week? Who went to Mar-a-Lago? Morning Joe, MSDNC, with his wife Mika. Why? They were best friends before. Then they had to hate him because they know that their big bosses came down. CNN, MSDNC, all these people say, "Yo, change it up." Now we got to be like Fox. It's enough. We got to be fair and balanced because you can only lie so much. We watched 4 years of this bullshit. Yo, this was not just a victory. This was a landslide. He won the popular vote, the House, the Senate. You know how hard it is? Republican hasn't done that, a popular vote, since I think 20 years, since George Bush Jr. You know what I'm saying? But what did his father do? He was getting his life threatened. And what did Clinton do? As soon as he came in office, remember they sent them Tomahawks over there, what started Desert Storm? That was because they tried to kill a U.S. president. I've never heard Biden tell Iran, yo, this U.S. President Donald Trump, I might not like the guy, but if you try to hurt a hair on his head, this is what you're going to feel. We never had that because for so long it's been everybody in their favor. The media, look what Puffy got away with for all this time. That's because of power, political influence. Trump knew all that. He was a part of that. So for him, he was a liability because the game couldn't be fixed no more. But what did he do? He came out. He didn't take a check. Look, you don't have to like the guy, but don't act like Americans don't like him, man. I mean, when he jumped in with the vest on, the work vest, and people can relate. How can a billionaire relate to us? Because you can't fake that, and that's where they failed, the Democratic Party. They faked it for so long, the fake smile. What did Obama have? He was lecturing young black men. They laughed at him. His political juice is done too. Now, how did Obama leave office making $60 million? That's what he's worth. I mean, he got that from Netflix. All I'm saying is, man, Trump, slayed all that and said it's time to bring back the way we grew up with values and morals, man, and respect, and don't sell out, and to fight. We were all taught that as kids. But
and where the American dream is actually still achievable.
Yeah, that's what's up. I wish I was at that Thanksgiving.
It.
Yeah, that's good to see that.
I mean, I just wish, I feel like people's Trump derangement syndromes really take over their entire, way to think and, break it down to, brass tacks and common sense. But can you just stop and look? There's a reason why they tried to take him down so hard, why he was almost assassinated. I think more than 2 or 3 times, probably. But
yes, you're a mother, right? So let me ask you a question. I've been a single dad for a long time. Not a dig at my kids, mom. We don't have no problem. The kids just live with me. That's just the way that it is, because I'm a fighter. But let me ask you something. When you think of your kids going to school, you think about these immigrants that are taking over in Philadelphia. It's disgusting. New York, all these sanctuary cities protecting these people, the crime. And you see these people saying, oh, we got to defend the migrants. Listen, the first thing you do to come to this country is break the law. What I'm saying is not even about that. It's just about, for them, you know how much money they make. Look at Dick Cheney, Mr. Halliburton. They said that he was the devil. They said he was a warmonger. Then you seen his daughter sit down with Kamala. That wasn't about her liking her, them two liking each other. That was about, for years, they made so much money, man, off the American people's misery and to feed us so much bull crap that Americans started doing their homework. Like Sessa said earlier, how you stop this problem is educate the kids. They have to understand the real history, what goes on. It's not all about what they've been giving us in the books. And teach kids about finance, teach kids about credit scores. They don't do that because that paves the way. And especially people with trauma who later go on the drugs and get into other things and, then have to correct their lives at a certain age and take a couple times to get it right. Like, I understand Hunter's addiction, but the thing is Hunter wasn't just using that addiction. It was many times he did illegal shit without being high. So to me, it's like, all right, partying your son, but what message does that set for the rest of the world? Like, you're a felon, I'm a felon. Does that mean we get pardoned too because we messed up? No, we were always told you mess up, you got to be accountable and you got to deal with that. They showed you right now, again, just like the election are showing you how it's playing out. It's all about daddy. Daddy was there. Daddy's getting you out again. I mean, to me, it's like,
that's what it comes down to.
No wonder why don't it acknowledge Hunter's other son or daughter. No wonder why that Hunter's been like this his whole life.
Why does no one talk about that, by the way? That is just, they will never mention that.
I mean, Bliss, you and I, we've both been through some shit. Well, you throw money. I don't mean to cut you off. You throw money at the problem. You just say, don't worry, daddy's going to fix it. How you ever going to learn? Now he wants to be an advocate for addicts and help people. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Why did you make paintings and you sold them for $500,000, bro? Like, to Chinese people, like, at the end of the day, I would never sell out American interest for foreign interest ever, man.
Well, I hope one day that there is actual, like, limitations put on anyone that works for the government. Like, I don't think they should be able to use their status as a way to then make money. Like, we have people that make money off of the screws that they like are making weapons with overseas. But I do want to touch on a couple things you said.
Go ahead.
Okay. There's a reason why we have so many people trying to immigrate to America. It's because America is the best country. Why aren't they trying this anywhere else? Okay.
Well, I said that. I don't know if you noticed. I said that last week on the show. My parents came from Italy, right? Both of them, one from north, one from the south, legitimately. And my family did prior to them. But the thing is if you look back and see all these people that coming in, like, first off, they don't even talk. Remember, it was about amnesty first. See, they look at it as an economic block. They look at it as not just a vote. They believe immigrants put money into the system. But they know what comes with that when you have a border open like that. They know that there's going to be crime. It's diversionary. See, Americans woke up this election. They started educating themselves. They don't want to hear that shit. But the thing is, when you want to come to a country like this, because this is the only country you can do that. You can't go to Mexico. You can't go to China. You can't go to North Korea. You might be able to visit, but you can't get citizenship. I mean,
and you wouldn't want to, even if you could.
No. So when you talk like, but then here's the problem that I have with these people. Because once they get here and get citizenship, what's the first thing they do? They talk shit about this country. Oh, well, this country. Well, guess what? You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have this opportunity if it wasn't for this country. And that's what I think people need to understand, man, that, you know.
Could just imagine us immigrating to India and then complaining about the free food that we get when we get there. Like, man, that is so entitled and nasty to me.
Look what what's her name did. Look what the guy Eric Adams in New York. I'm not a big fan, but look what he did. He said he's taking away all their food stamps. I mean, look, you incentivize crime when you do stuff like that. Plus, not only look at the homeless crisis that we have here in America, the vets, regular people, the addiction problem. Like, the thing is,
well, and that's what I wanted to touch on. So you were talking about, like, me as a mother. Okay. Now, this is how I view what's going on right now. So I'm at my house with my kids. The neighbors next door to me are at home with their kids. You're telling me if both of our houses are on fire that as a mother, I'm supposed to worry about them first, my neighbors, before my own? No.
You know what? That's crazy. I did hear that, but I didn't know that was true. They really said that? That's freaking bananas. I see what you're saying. I mean, yeah.
No, Candace Owens said that last week at the end of one of her shows, and it just stuck with me because that's exactly it. We are taking care of other people that aren't ours. And it's not, I feel like we have to have some discernment on exactly what immigration is today. It's not the same. We came from settlers. Okay, our country wasn't a country yet. And I'm under the belief that we're not a country if we don't have borders. Then we're no longer a country then, in my opinion.
I'll give you a little bit of history. It's all the Christians and Catholics and everybody out there, even the Muslims, everybody who lived in the Middle East where this thing called faith started. if you look back, what did they have in their towns? They all had big walls around where they lived at. Remember, they had the big drawbridges, medieval times. This goes back. Look, there's an old saying, fences make good neighbors. The reason why they want you to be so much about everybody else is because if you notice, they put everybody, just like Gavin Newsom, how dare you go eat? And then he's at that French cloth, whatever that restaurant eating. There's two separate rules. Tell the American people, look, the Indian guy who is the leader of, I don't know, he's the leader, the head, one of the guys at CDC. Do you know what this guy was doing when pandemic was out? I got to find it. He was out doing this party and doing E and ecstasy in hotel rooms with tons of people, like partying while he's telling everybody, stay indoors, don't go around people. He didn't come out till recently. I mean, the thing is two standards, man, and they always lecture us what to do, and they do something different because they really believe that we're stupid. They believe that, we're not intelligent, that we can't, do our own research or find out. Well,
and that's where I agree with the subscriber Skippy. I think both sides do that. It's the rules for thee. And it's not just Democrat or Republicans, it's both of them. Well, and they knew the whole time what was up. That's why they were out. And they have the entitlement that they feel like it's okay for them.
Well, you know what's crazy?
I can't remember who it was. It was some governor somewhere. Like, I think they arrested people for going out or something. And then she was out like getting her eyebrows done or something, like getting her hair cut, or I don't know.
Hold on. I'm trying to find it right now. Yeah, they were telling everybody to stay in. Here we go. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, wait.
I believe, you know what? It was a hair salon. It was the owner of a hair salon.
Yeah, remember her?
And she was going to lose her business. And then the same person that's telling her that she can't open up got caught out getting her hair done.
And remember, she did that. I think she had the guys at the gym too were getting that. They were getting told, oh, yeah, if you go out, you do this, you do that. And here was other people just partying and living like they didn't care. Look at all these people. They're going to move the USA. You're not moving because of Trump. You're moving because of that Diddy list.
Oh, my God. Did you hear about Ellen?
Yeah, she left.
Yeah, but not only right when she left, the week she left, her mansion over in the UK got completely flooded.
I seen it was flooded, right?
If that's not karma.
Check this out, though, right? Just check this out, guys. This is the people who are telling you what to vote for. They're telling you to stay indoors. And this is what the head of the CDC was doing the whole time.
Guidelines for policies like wearing masks in big gatherings.
But now a city councilman is calling for an investigation into Dr. Jay Varma after he admitted to ignoring the very rules that he was asking New Yorkers to follow. His admission follows the surfacing of a heavily edited video. Political reporter Marcia Kramer is here now with more. Marcia.
Well, Christine and Dick, it looks like a case of do as I say, not as I don't. Dr. Jay Varma is admitting that at the height of the pandemic, he attended sex parties and a dance party, even as he knows it told New Yorkers to stay away from others to stop the spread of COVID-19. Now, Councilman Robert Holden wants his actions investigated. He was the high priest of social distancing, even wearing a mask at City Hall press conferences as he ordered New Yorkers to stay away from others to limit the spread of COVID-19.
This virus mutates when it's inside humans. So we need to keep it out of humans. And again, so it circles back to the same thing. Really being very strict about all the precautions that we normally follow.
But while he wanted New Yorkers to be strict about social distancing, he is admitting tonight that he wasn't. The mea culpa coming after he was caught on hidden video posted by conservative podcaster Steven Crowder. A spokesman for Dr. Varma told CBS News New York that his client participated in a dance party underneath the Wall Street Bank in June 2021 with about 200 people. It was after he left full-time city service and was a consultant. The spokesman said there were also 2 sex parties while he held the city post. There were hotel parties he and his wife held with friends, one in August 2020, the other November 2020.
Look, all I'm saying is when you hear that, you say to yourself, this is the same thing. This is what the election was about. They told us, like, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat. My advice to the Republicans that want to resist Trump, your time's going to be limited, man. I mean, it's just Governor Pelosi. I just think it's crazy, man. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Oh, her mute.
Yeah, it's a whole circus. It's sad, honestly. I have hope though. I have hope for the next 4 years,
I
and
do
I wouldn't
too.
have if it went the other way.
And and,
Honestly,
and I tell you, I think that Vance, I love Vance, man. I think
I
he
do
comes.
too.
Did you ever see his movie Hillbilly Elegy?
I still haven't watched it. You
Nah,
know,
you
we
got
have
to
a
watch
couple
that.
people lined up for the next couple presidencies that could be really good, but I hope JD Vance is the next.
You're gonna see. They're gonna put if Hillary runs. I think they're gonna put Gavin Newsom up. But look, I'll tell you about Gavin. People say he's this, he's that. That guy's like Obama when it comes to the way he articulates a point. I'm not saying he's right, but you really need somebody like Vance. Vance will shut him down quick. That would be a good matchup. But look, at the end of the day, we have 4 years to go through this, and I think it'll be a good thing, man. I mean, I don't agree with everybody, and I think that's good and healthy to not agree with everything. But when the
It
American,
is.
huh?
It is because,
Yeah,
like you said, it's about the people,
when
and
the
the people
American
voted.
people, when the American people are speaking up and the popular vote speaks what it speaks, I mean, it's like the same people that tell JJ she's got to feel bad for having a good family and having money and living her life the way she does. Just using her as an example, like people should really worry about themselves, man. My mom used to always told me, stop looking at other houses when your backyard's not clean. Like there's no reason to do that. But I think what we learned over this whole thing was that everything they told us was a lie. We got to see it. Remember, I knew Trump was up, man. I told everybody he's going to win this. 2020, I seen that coming because friend in politics in Philly was telling us, like, yo, they're going to steal this thing, man. And he's a Democrat. So I was like, man, it is what it is. They had to stop Trump because here's the thing, though. That was good Trump had 4 years off because he's going to go out in 4 years the way he came in. He was loved when he came in. Everybody loved him. And then all of a sudden it was, man, this guy's a threat. Like he's really – see, they saw that early that Trump can, really like resonate with the people. How could a billionaire do that? And that's what it was about. And it's always about the finger point. Puffy did the same shit. Puffy was trying to start a political party. They shut him down. You know who else? Remember Fast and Furious? The guy, Paul Walker. You know why he was killed? I believe he was. He was coming out with a documentary on sex trafficking kids. And then all of a sudden he gets in a car accident. So, like.
That's why I don't agree with you about like the Diddy tapes files. I don't think we'll ever see them. I think a couple more people will get taken down as
No,
like a
I'm with
mass
you.
cover. Oh,
I'm with
okay. I
you.
thought you said earlier you can't
No,
wait for
no.
them to come out.
What I'm
Like, don't
saying,
hold your breath.
no, what I'm saying is that's what the hope is going to be. Yeah, that's going to come clean. But all I'm saying is if you want to know who was involved in the Diddy shit, just look at the people that's going to leave the country before he gets office. I mean, you got where's Beyonce was paid $15 million. She didn't even perform. Jay-Z, where's he at? There's videos of these guys. Like, there's so much edited videos that you could see people and know, like, people aren't dumb. I don't think we'll ever see the list. I think that he'll end up like Epstein. But at least we got to see
Agreed.
something. You can make a little bit of a vision for yourself. I don't think you could accuse anybody that's, but how are we ever going to know? I think Trump's Justice Department, I think he might just do that. I think he might try to do it. Like he tried to do other things and was stopped. But, at the end
I
of the
mean, I
day.
think it's going to take a while. Like his hit, what's it called? Dodge, what
Yeah.
he's putting together with Vivek and Elon. And I think that is going to reveal a lot, but I still think most of it will be kept under wraps. But I'm hopeful that it'll still be dealt with, even if we never know.
It
But we'll
will,
see.
because let me tell you something. They have $5 million, $500 million they send to Russia to study cats. Why? Like, there's so much pork, man. And like, do you remember the movie Trading Places? Did you ever
Yeah,
see
it's
that with
been a
Eddie
long
Murphy?
time.
Yeah, remember he
Yeah.
was the bum and then he became rich in the stock market. Remember in that
Okay.
movie, they kept talking about the pork and this and that. That's all that is, man. It's like wasteful spending, shit that we don't need. They said first they said it was $1 trillion. They said then now they're saying it might be a little bit more, but they're going to be met. Look at them. They're already getting death threats, all of them. So,
And it's not just that code, like there's a lot of that going on in smaller scale. I'm actually going to message you something after this. I'm going to
yeah.
send you down a rabbit hole. There's this guy in a little county, I believe in Texas, and he has been going to like every city council meeting and going after all the corrupt people sitting around the round table. The one guy, like the sheriff or like the chief of police, is out there spending $1,200 on suits at Men's Warehouse and fancy dinners and paying for Ubers, all on the taxpayer's dime. Just imagine how many of them are doing that all over, and
Man,
what that adds up to.
Forget all over. Just in the government alone, it's trillions of dollars. I see what you're saying. That's crazy. But, you know, people have to be, if you're on the far left or the far right, or you don't want to hear none of this shit, I understand. But then I don't think you have a right to inject yourself in a conversation, because I want to know where some money's going. I'm sure you do. And not only that, RFK, I would have voted for that guy because I like his stance. I don't agree with everything. But when it comes to our kids and the foods and the dyes, why is all our foods banned in 40 other countries, but okay? So we always get shit on, man. If it ain't the fentanyl, the drugs, I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing saying that, you know, that's saying something bad about us because, you know, we are in such a demand for that shit. I mean, it's like, you know, 75% of Americans are obese. Just even the fentanyl, I don't think anybody goes out. Maybe now they do because that's what's out there. But I mean, the heroin epidemic in the 70s, New York looked like it was a third world country. So I don't know if you can ever stop that just because there's so much money. But I like what Trump's idea. He said, take the military and go to war with the cartels. If you eliminate all them, let them start over. But then, you know, I don't know how it works, man. I hope they can do something.
I just think it's all part of the big plan to keep us fat and dumb and lazy and, you know, killing ourselves off with drugs. And that keeps them in power.
And that's part of the problem. And the thing is, like, just like that Indian doctor, like thinking we're stupid. Like, you're out partying, you're out doing your thing, and you're going to dictate to us what we need to do. And I think that's what represents Trump's win, is that, you know, even like they say, like they always say that if you voted for Trump, that people are not smart, like you're not this, or Mark Cuban, what an idiot. Trump doesn't surround himself with smart women. Trump was the first person in New York history that nominated a woman. She was head of his real estate company. I mean, they don't do that a lot everywhere, but look, it doesn't matter what other people do. You have to set a right precedent for yourself, your family, and make sure you do right, no matter who you are, where you're at, because that's what trumps and wins. And I'll tell you how it wins. And I'll leave you all with this. You know, Christianity's on its way out. Do you know what's the biggest strong book right now selling? Is the Bible. It's back stronger than ever. I'm a Christian. I respect other faiths, but our country, U.S., was built on Judeo-Christian values. We were built on, just like on some parts of the Middle East, they were raised on Islam. We were raised on Christianity. We allow other religions to come here, practice, do whatever, but we could never go to a Muslim country and do that. That's just not the way that it is. So I think we all should take a deep breath, worry about what you have going on, stop judging everybody else, and hopefully, man, this will be a great 4 years, which I believe it will. And, you know, it'll be a trickle effect, because once he gets the ball rolling, not many presidents have got their cabinets picked that quick, man. I mean, they got to go through hearings and shit, but, you know, they'll throw the book at them. And Pete Hegseth defense, they're going to say he had something with some woman, you know. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. But anyway, Bliss, I'm so glad you came on here. I was just joking, but you are, you know, a person that honors your bet. So thank you for that. But I didn't want to win that way, because what did we win by? 3 points? Is that what it was? It's like
I don't even know. I was getting so frustrated with Tucker, and I was at work that I just stopped watching, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, what's his problem? What's Tucker's problem?
You know, it's like he has like the Space Jam effect. Like someone took his like juice. I don't know what happened. How do you go from being the best kicker in the league for years to missing 2 field goals and an extra point?
I think like, well, I know Ravens fans are like Philly fans. I don't know what it sounded like in that stadium, but somebody got to him. And to be honest, especially as a kicker, you're not out there the whole game. You should be able to knock that out a little bit. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm glad we won, but it's not like we were beating you the whole game and we were just dominated. So I don't think that – I don't like wins like that. I mean, a win is a win, but, you know, it is what it is. So,
yeah.
how's the family? Everybody good? How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was really good. We actually stayed home this year. I actually cooked for like the first time in 10 years. It was
That's what's
nice.
up.
Not have to run around and, just be home and eat and chill at your own house. It was nice. How
Yeah,
was
I was
yours?
my brother. He's been down 30 years. He didn't call me though. He usually gets. He's obviously not my real brother, but we're brothers, man. We've been friends since we were knee high to a grasshopper, and he's locked up for something he didn't even do. So the Innocent Project picked this case up. I talked about him before. We're trying to get him home, man. He's been literally. I mean, was he there? Yeah, but did he do the initial act? No, it's him right here. My boy Jason. He's been down. It's him on a video call with the grandkids. And a
Oh,
lot of people in Philly know him. He's respected, man. Good dude, man. Not like a fair dude, because who wants that? But help dudes when they come in, the youngins not come back. So we're trying to get him home. So that's what we're working on. To make the wish at 1700. That's a big thing for me, man. I was never this ahead this far in the game. So, and I have some people to meet in the next week or two. So, going forward, man, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, and I'm learning this editing shit. Once I learn that, man, I'll be able to put different videos up and shit. But I do appreciate you coming down and shit. Yeah, he needs to get out of jail, man. He's been locked up. Hi, Teresa. He's been locked up for a long time for something that he didn't do physically. I'm being honest. He didn't do it. But, he never made a statement, and he's been sitting there for 30 years. So now hopefully we can do something to get him out, The
well, I'll pray for him.
Yeah, thank you. Because the Innocent Project just doesn't pick your case up. You know what I mean?
No, it's rare. Yeah,
But
it's rare.
he don't call. I'm like, bro, don't waste your call. Call your kids, call your daughter, call the kids, man, your family. But he'll call me probably today or tomorrow. So, like that's what the people that I come up around. Like you're sitting in jail. Most people will be about themselves making a phone call. He's thinking like, I'm with my dad. I have things going on. You know what I mean? So that's the people I grew up around, and I'm sure you grew up around that too. People that don't just make it about them.
I grew up around some real motherfuckers, so to see the
There's a lot of them
crazy
right here.
level that people can go to on here, or especially, it gets me the worst, like my pet peeve, just seeing a very drama-filled, whiny, emotional man, because I am not used to being surrounded by men
Well,
like
now
that.
you know why I'm not around none of these clowns, man. Look, to be honest, even the last couple of people I was around, I didn't want to be around them. I'm not going to disrespect somebody who doesn't disrespect me. But
I understand,
you've
yeah.
never seen me I've been disrespected by a lot of women. I've never ever called a woman out of her name. I might call a woman a liar when she called me a thief, but I never said her name or said names. That's not what real men do. And one thing about this internet, at least at the end of this, my family can look and say, well, he was holding it right up here. Like he wasn't disrespecting women, bullying people, trying to bring people together. But when you do that, you get a lot more resistance, man. People they want to see the drama for some reason, but they don't want it about them. They want to see everybody else's shit. So it is
Yeah,
what it
but
is.
then they claim to not be about the drama.
Oh yeah, they all are, man.
It's just the fakeness of it. Just own your shit. I would respect you more if you owned it. I can't stand. That's why this whole Biden thing pisses me off. It just comes down to the fact that you say one thing and you do the complete opposite. Just stand. That's everyone. Just stand on what the fuck you say, and don't change it because someone's your friend or whatever. Just when you say something, just always try to stand on it, and
That's
everyone will be golden.
like Sessa. I know since I was a kid, man. Like, I don't look at Sessa because what he did in the street, that don't mean shit to me. The dude went away, changed his life for 30 years, man. He's been a great father, husband, whatever. I mean, I don't know personal with his wife, that's their business. But from what I see, him as a father, as a person, that's all the guys I really knew growing up when we're in the street changed their life. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be a better version of yourself. And when you're around people, see, that's the biggest advice that I give to anybody on here. If you're around people doing that shit every day, man, it's looking for a fight on the internet or thumbnail that's got to piss somebody off, and man, you're really not doing anything. I know you think because there's 100 people in your chat, but that's really not anything, man. Try doing this and being positive. Tell me how many people's in your chat, because it's
Talk about stuff that's actually going on that matters.
Yeah, like what do I care?
I'm for both. I'm for both, honestly. I just keep, I try to keep a nice balance, because who doesn't like a little drama? But I stand on it. I admit it.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're not sitting here throwing a rock and hiding your hand. You dig me? You're being yourself, and you're not just going after people for no reason. You're responding, but that's what women should do, not men. Men should not do that unless
that's why I hold these, the guys that I see, because there's not many guys, in and around the communities. That's why I kind of hold them to a higher standard, because I hate to say I expect more out of guys, but I don't expect them to be involved in women's shit.
Well, let me
and
say
a lot
it
of
again.
it's just women's shit.
Let me shoot a shot across the bow to all you punk motherfuckers out there that claim you're men. If you're online and a woman's in your title, you're a bitch. If you're online and you're screaming at a woman, you're a bitch. If you got to converse with women before you do your show, you're a bitch. If you got to lie about people, call them liars, thieves, rats, it never even fucking took place because that gives you some subs or gives you a view, you're a bitch. If you can't just be your fucking self and be up here and go with the flow, you're a bitch. And another thing, too, when you claim that you are said person that, oh, I'm this guy and I'm about family, man, and we care about family, and people see you not doing and living up to what you're saying, don't think because they're standing next to you, they're still not looking at you. Because one thing I learned, Blizz, most of these people that have channels with the drama going, most of 3/4 of their viewers are haters watching them because they're going against somebody else that they don't like. There's no real content there. But yes, men who argue with women are bitches. Men who go after women are bitches. Men who cannot be a fucking man and not let a woman get to you, you're a bitch. That's all I have to say about that, for real.
If you're a man who makes a spectacle of throwing someone who was nice enough to send you candles and you throw those candles into a fucking fire out back your house, you're a bitch.
Listen, if somebody throws me candles, I don't care if they hate me. I'm going to burn them candles. That's what I would do. Burn it till it's done, then take a picture when it's all burned up. But why would you throw candles away?
Give it to someone. Give it to a charity. But no, you're going to make a spectacle and be all fucking emotional and dramatic and make it into like an hour fucking video. It's fucking weird.
I want to say this without disrespecting women, and this is the way I was raised, and Sess, I'm sure you believe with us, but jealousy is a female's trait, man. Really, that's what it comes down to. Women have emotions, man. You guys are built different. You're way stronger than us, and you can deal with shit more than us. But in the process, if a woman wants to go back and forth or do something, they're wired for that. Men should not be doing that shit, man. It's not a dig at women. I respect all women. But you expect to see a woman argue or go through some shit, not men. I don't know any guys that would do that. I mean, I know now from being on here, but nobody I grew up with, the men that I'm around, man, they don't, all them biker dudes, they would never do no shit like this, man. So to me, I just think that women, you guys have it harder too, I believe, because, you guys had to set the precedent for your house, for the kids, and any man who thinks he's stronger or better than a woman, I don't see that. And I'm not just talking cap. I always say women are strong. My mother showed me how strong the women can be and how they can, live their life. And through all the adversity, the drama, still take care of your family, man. And like men can't juggle all that shit. We can try,
but we complement each other really well, and that's what I think people forget. Like, we're not strong physically. Like, you guys take on the whole infrastructure of everything, and then you have these feminists out here crying, equal pay and equal this. Well, you do that, and you be a welder. And if you can keep up with the men and you can meet the quota, then I'm all for it. But we have to admit, like, we're built differently, and we're built differently for a reason. We complement each other very well.
Like, men cannot give birth for a reason. I don't care how many guys you show me with a beard and a belly that's pregnant that were a woman before. That's not having a baby to me. That's a woman. Like, all the pronouns and shit, I respect whatever people want to be addressed as. But when it comes down to it, if there's a woman that's pregnant and then she had hormones and then she has a little bit of a beard, I saw that yesterday. Why do I have to call her a man that's pregnant? It's a woman that's pregnant. Like, no surgery, nothing. So I just think that respectfully, a lot of people are scared, Bliss. That's what people like you and me, we're not scared to say what we feel and admit when we're wrong. When you have somebody that can't admit when they're wrong and can't really like bring themselves down and realize that you're not better than nobody, we're all the same, man. Nobody's better than any of us. That's what people can't do. People like to put themselves, oh, well, I'm this and I'm that. Well, really, you're not, because you're a bitch. So let me say this again to all you punk motherfuckers out there that's arguing women every day, and to especially all the guys, because I never say nothing on here, to all the guys that may have been next to me at one time on a screen. The reason why I'm not on the screen with these guys because I'm not a bitch, and I'm not going to go with women and yell women and argue with women, and I've been disrespected on here more than anybody. So if I can refrain, you should be able to refrain, but you're a bitch, so you can't. So that's all I'm going to say about that, Bliss. I had to. You know what I mean? Why not?
Yeah. I mean, it's the truth. Sorry. I
It is
mean,
the
I'm
truth.
not I'm not gonna coddle anyone's ass. If I see something and I have an opinion on it, I'm just gonna say it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I just think that people have to realize that life, you know, I don't think there's nothing about life that's easy, man, but you can make it either harder for yourself or easier for yourself. And one thing I know about women, man, I'll tell you, when you piss a woman off, like, be careful, man, what you wish for, because sometimes you might just get what you're looking for, man. And sometimes it's not always a good thing. But I do respect all women. You know, I respect everybody out there that's doing positive for their family and their people, and people who are resistant to some of the drama. But I don't think you can ever stop it. And if you never read this book, if you want to know something, I have all his books, but go read this book online or Kindle, man. It's Trump, The America We Deserve. This guy's been singing the same story for 40 some years, man. And
Yep.
look, any political leader who won't face the future head on is putting the American dream at risk. That dream has made this best country in history. That made it the best country in history. It's the dream my father, my mother dreamed. The one they made come true for our family. It's the one that took me to the top. When you mess with the American dream, you're on the fighting side of Trump. And that's the truth. And that's who he is, man. He loves this country. He could have been anywhere in the world. Yeah, he made money in China and did shit. That's because the government over here, you can't even build a business. You got all these regulations, 10 years, you have $1 million tied up, and they say, oh, you can't build that factory. So then you lose $1 million, all that time, and now you have to go to another country. Well, watch how quick they're going to be coming back here because, it's just funny how things happen for a reason, man. Really. I must say that was it, what, me talking like that? Was that a female thing to do? Because I don't know. But, hey, there is a lot of girls that are on here, really cool and strong women, man. You guys have a strong community of people. I mean, I don't agree with some of the people in the communities. What's up, brother? Hope you're having a great day. But Bliss, what do you got going on today? Oh,
I
yeah,
have
men need
absolutely
women.
nothing.
Yes,
Huh?
we do. I never said we
Yeah.
don't need women. Yes, you do. And any man who says he does is a liar. I don't think there's anything more beautiful than a woman, unless two women. But no, seriously, I appreciate you coming by, man. My dad has new nurses coming today, so hopefully we can finally get somewhere. So that's what I'm a little excited. I'm not apprehensive as I used to be. I'm kind of a little looking forward to. They've been calling me. They haven't even been here yet. They call me every day.
Oh
Where
wow. Well,
the other people,
that's an awesome start.
very lackadaisic, the other people. So,
Well, I wish them the best. I
here
hope
she
they're
comes
good.
again. What are you doing now?
Waffle.
You want waffles? They're in the refrigerator. I'll get them for you. You want to say goodbye? Come on. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Say have a great
Bye.
day. Say
Tell
God
your elf
bless.
I said hi.
The elf. She's gonna tell your elf hi. Say okay. Say have a great
All
day. God
right,
bless.
good.
Come on.
You too. All right,
Yeah, I'm
bye
gonna go
guys.
get her waffles. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks
I
for having
appreciate it.
me.
All right, be good. She's awesome, man. She's even told you she don't agree with everything. That's what's up. That's what you want. Says I'll see you Wednesday. Everybody else, man, I'll be back tomorrow. God bless and love your family, man. Love yourself in the mirror, man. I don't care if these people, they talk much shit. They say, oh, what's Code talking about, man? If you don't love yourself, nobody's going to love you, man. And not saying I didn't say be conceited. I said be confident. And, when you do that, you attract a good flow of people, maybe some resistance. But when you believe in what you feel and what you see in that mirror, nobody can affect that. Stay blessed, not stressed. Let God handle the rest, man. Women are the future, ain't? You can't do nothing. Yup. God bless, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you and your family have a blessed day.